The matter is going to start in 5 seconds. Start. In Mumbai, you have certain specific problems. I refer to one problem which is mentioned to me by every single foreign tourist who come to Mumbai. This is the entrance to the city. Now, this is something which I have mentioned to the Chief Minister on every drive into the city and at practically every public forum where I have spoken. And I think this is a matter which the citizens of Mumbai should take up on a large scale, whether it is the women's organizations, whether it is the business community, or anybody else. I think that if everybody acts together, it can be tackled. It is not a very large area, and I do not think that finances alone stand in the way. It is not only the image of Mumbai which is suffering, but Mumbai being one of the important gateways to India, it is the image of India which suffers thereby. You have, Mr. President, mentioned in your address the present policy of the government, which is to encourage new entrepreneurship and talent. But what have businessmen done to identify and promote such talent of which there is no dearth in the country? The bigger business and industrial establishments, by trying to foreclose profitable lines of business and sometimes by seeking to produce everything under the same roof or in allied establishments, succeed in keeping out new talent from entering the business field. Associations such as yours and other chambers of commerce should draw up concrete scheme to foster new entrepreneurship and talent. One suggestion which was made at the last meeting of the custodians of the nationalized banks was that some of the senior and professionally qualified executives in bigger establishments who have the necessary skill could step out and start small scale enterprises to provide employment to young engineers and other technical personnel. They will, of course, get all help from the financial institutions in the public sector. Business associations could also play an important and more active part in encouraging businessmen and industrialists in the industrial backward areas. As regards the organizational setup of the new nationalized banks, I think there is hardly any need for me to reiterate the assurance which I have already given, that is, that we do not propose to set up a top heavy organization, and we do envisage maximum possible freedom and flexibility of operation of individual banks, consistent only with certain broad social objectives, and that the functioning will be completely insulated from extraneous political influence. But we do envisage that the banks should function as an active instrument for the furtherance of the economic and social objectives. Full stop.